Hello everyone. I will be starting the Stamp Shammy walkthrough at 5 o'clock. Just figured I'd give everybody a chance to join in. Again, I will be starting the walkthrough at 5 o'clock. Hello everyone, I'm Tina with Gems, Paper, Scissors. Today I am going to do a very short walkthrough with our Stamp Shammy. And I'll tell you, I really waited a while before I purchased to try because I'm kind of slow to start new things. I'm going to take my glasses off. I've spent most of today outside in the intermittent rain and the chilly 68-degree high summer July weather. Anyways, without further ado, I'm going to turn the camera down to my space and show you our Stamp Shammies. When you order a Stamp Shammy set, you get two. They come in a little bag like this, and you just open it up. And they're kind of crisp and feel like they've got plastic on them, but they really don't. So the first time you use them, you run your Stamp Shammy underneath running water and squeeze it until it's nice and malleable. It's a little crisp, almost stiff foam. As you can see, it holds its shape while it's dry and new. And I store my in-use Stamp Shammy in a salt cellar. It has enough airflow that it doesn't mold, and it keeps it moist without staying wet. So as you can tell, I use mine a lot. This does not transfer previous ink from the Stamp Shammy to your projects or your hands. And so this one's already been dampened, and I've been using it, since Friday the 3rd, and having a lot of fun with it. And so after I got it damp, I just stored it out of the way on my work surface so that as I'm working, I forgot to grab paper, so I'm just using a receipt scrap. As I use it, have a standard stamp. This is from our Budding Friendship stamp set, which is part of the Bring Back My Pack set, which I will be featuring several times throughout this month. I love the set. I loved the set when it was new. I love it now when it's come back and had the colors freshened up a little bit. I'm just going to quickly stamp. As you know, it works better if you stamp on your foam scrunchy thing. And so I've got my 3 different layers. I've got the first impression, second, and third, because I'm using paprika, which is a strong color. And there's a little bit of residual ink that you'd want to clean off. And I just grab my Stamp Shammy and wipe it off. And it is clean. I can touch it and I get none on my hands, none on my fingers. It doesn't transfer. When it gets super disgusting and I'm like, I have to get this clean, I can't visually take it anymore, I will go through and either toss it in my wash with my lights, or more often than not, because I don't plan that far in advance as far as getting it washed when I'm cleaning, I usually just toss it in the bathroom sink, and I fill the sink with a light soap, um, like maybe a tiny dot of dish soap with a sink full of hot water. If it's super disgusting, I'll also add, especially during this pandemic, I like it to get sanitized at least once a week or so, and with how much I use it. And so I'll put in a cap full of bleach into my water, and I'll let it soak 10 minutes. I then drain off the water and run fresh water through, squeezing it until it runs clear. At which point it still has some stains, not a lot. It's really close to looking fresh and new. More like this section of my stamp chamois is what the entire thing looks like after I do this. And it'll stay good and keep cleaning my stamps through. Let's see, this last weekend I did 7 2-page scrapbook layouts with stamping and titling, and I made 14 individual cards that had extensive stamping. So I use a lot of the archival black, and I also used the white daisy, which is a pigment ink, so it's sticky and it's kind of a juicy stamp. I had fun playing with that on some darker colors, as well as I stamped with the white daisy on some vellum so that I could make some shaker cards that I'm featuring in tomorrow's blog post over at gemspaperscissors.com. Anyways, that pretty much sums up the stamp chamois for the most part. I mean, most people just use water. If I'm doing sticky, juicy pigment ink, or I'm working with glitter a lot, I'll go ahead and I have one that I have spritzed with our spritz cleaner that seems to help get the glitter and embossing powders off. But it's a really nice thing. The first time I got it wet, it really icked me out. It's kind of the squishy texture, but I've grown used to it for the most part. And when I don't want it in my hands, I just drape it over a great big, huge acrylic block. Anyways, that's it for today. On Thursday, July 9th, I will be back at 5 o'clock to do a 2-page scrapbook layout put together. And I'll have the pre-cut, but probably not stamped. So I'm going to see how that goes. And so that wraps it up for tonight. If you liked this episode of Gems, Paper, Scissors, please feel free to like it, share it, subscribe to it, and watch more. You can find me on here on Google as well as YouTube, and Gems, Paper, Scissors, of course, and Facebook, gemspaperscissors.com. Have a great night, and I will see you again in 2 days.